Alright, 60-second summary of the new Roaring Moon deck from Temporal Forces. My original video on the deck said to go second every single time. Well, past me is an idiot. Yes, going second is still probably preferable because this whole deck is about getting ancient cards in the discard pile to power up Roaring Moon. But now that I've played it a bit, going first to get that energy attachment is kinda good. And Flutter Mane can really slow them down if it's in the active, shutting off their active Pokemon's ability. Then you use Sada's Vitality to accelerate energy, Explorer's Guidance to discard cards, and the EX Roaring Moon to take big one-shot KOs. Another reason to go first is that most decks don't do anything turn 1 anymore. And Roaring Moon has 200 hit points with an Ancient Booster, putting it out of range of Charizard EX if you haven't taken a prize card. Yeah, dude's surviving. Like I told my ex-wife, 60 seconds is a long time, but clearly not right now. Basically, get ancient cards in the discard pile as quickly as possible, and that's it. And Gardas, that's okay. But yeah, like, so was it yesterday I posted, hey, the Pokemon company gave me some codes. Hey, does anybody want some codes? You know, new players, I got a bunch of codes. That was a freaking feeding frenzy. People went nuts. Oh, this is insane. Okay. Probably should have done this completely differently. All right, we do need a backup attacker, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be okay here. All right, let's get that in there. I kind of screwed up the order of operations. Should have saved the trekking shoes for after my Earthen Vessels, but that's okay. We're going to get all of these. We're going to, you know, maybe we're going to attack at some point. Who knows? You know, 2-shot and a Radiant Charizard's not great, but, you know... And Shiny Ray, no, I specifically said no Shiny Ray, bad Shiny Ray, down. So yeah, it was a crazy frenzy. I ended up sending the 10 codes. A lot of people were not following me on Twitter, and Twitter wants you to give them money for you to be able to, ooh. Brosif. Do I think we can get there? We're going to need 9 cards in there. It's figuratively impossible. So we're just going to go for Sada and set up. All right, then we have 2 energy. Perfect. Everything is coming up Millhouse right now. Oh, this is insane. we have no Pokemon, but this is insane. Okay, so we get rid of the Flutter Mane because we don't want it. Another freaking Pokégear. That's great. Yeah, I think we go double booster. Because as soon as I take a single knockout, their Charizard can knock me out. Anus, how you doing? So the Ancient Boosters are really good at the start in the Charizard matchup because they put them to 200 and Charizard does 180, and it can't do anything to get higher than that. So they either have to find a lost vacuum, or they have to put 180 on your Roaring Moon, and it's like such a feels bad. But as soon as I knock out this Radiant Charizard, they can one-shot my Roaring Moons, so it does get a little sketchy, which means there is a chance I just don't do anything, but I need to start churning and burning through my deck, start using Explorer's Guidance. The fact that I have Super Rod and Superior Energy Retrieval is really good. So, you know, taking a knockout on the Radiant Charizard isn't the worst thing. Ooh, that's really good. Do we go for the Radiant Granny? Or do we get the Roaring Moon already? I think we go for the Granny. Because I just want an Explorer's Guidance right now. We don't need the Fighting Energy anymore. Okay, that's concerning. Well, Explorer's Guidance, baby. Oh, yeah. This deck is such a min-max here. All right, so we want the... I think we want Explorer's Guidance and Pokégear. Right? That seems decent because I don't need to do anything. Yeah, we get 2 cards in there. We can Sada next turn. We have the Roaring Moon in hand plus the attachment. Man, when this deck works, it works. And Trador, thank you for the sub. I'll be sending you 10 expanded codes in a second. So yeah, there's obvious holes, but as we all know, when there's a hole that needs to be filled, Pilot's always near. You know, that's how you summon Pilot. So yeah, they can, the Defiance Band means nothing. As soon as I take a knockout, the Defiance Band means nothing. And they just end up boosting my damage that I deal anyways. So I think in this situation, I want to attack with the Koraidon. These nuts. So I think I want to attack with the Koraidon because that gets 2 more cards in there. Okay, how much energy? We got 5. I can get the Superior. So I don't know. It seems a little risky to do that now, but that's what I wanted. Right? I wanted all of this. So let's go get the Roaring Moon. And then I am doing 90. So then I would need to deal 240 next turn, which is quite a bit. But I think between Explorer's Guidance, I can do it. I think I can do all that. Because we're probably going to get some Earthen Vessels here or an Artazon. That also works. So I we'll go attach that there. I have Superior. God, this deck requires so much math. It's insane. All right, so I'm going to Artazon because I want to get my final Roaring Moon out of the deck. Because now, if you look at my board, and it also boosts the damage that Koraidon's doing. But if you look at my board, I have 5 Pokemon. They need 5 prizes. Obviously, Radiant Greninja, you know, you're not going to be attacking with that. But I want to... Okay, that's fine. Okay, go for Radiant Greninja. I don't care. Knock out whoever you want. So that was a smart play. Knocking out the Roaring Moon instead of my Koraidon was a smart play, but I'm pretty sure I can get there. You know, the Ancient Booster is what, 10 extra damage? Ooh, whoop-de-doo. Okay, so we are doing 180. So I need a little bit more. So we need to Explorer's Guidance, baby. All right, so Counter Catcher, Defiance Band. Defiance Band gets me there. The Jet Energy, losing that's kind of sucky, but that's fine. The Defiance Band gets us there. And then I can... We're doing 210. I will Defiance Band and then Superior the Flutter Mane and the Pokégear. We'll go get back all this sweet, sweet energy. Okay. Oh, I only have 8 cards left. All right, so I need to do 210 so I can Super Rod back in the 2 Roaring Moon. And I guess also the Fighting Energy because we're good on energy. So we get rid of that. We're fine. I can attach. 230 is perfect. We're going to Artazon for the Roaring Moon. So now they know what they have to do. I know what I have to do. It's very, very simple from this point on. Is I have to... I mean, I'm in a pretty good spot right now, right? I just have to make sure I don't deck out. That is the one issue with this deck that I knew was going to kind of happen going into this, is the whole design of the deck is to discard as many cards as possible. That's not a good thing, right? You're going to deck out eventually. But Charizard doesn't have any, you know, secret sauce. They can't bring up a Greninja and stall me out. They can't do anything. You know, there's no secret sauce. They will not fill you with their secret sauce. If your opponent flips over a Charmander, you're like, oh man, I'm just going to be so emptied today. You're not filling me with my secret sauce. Pidgeot V, nah, that's a guaranteed no risk card. We want to risk it to get the biscuit here. You know, that's so boring. Are they going to bring up? Yeah, they're going to bring up the other one because they're a boring head. So I think I'll be fine, right? I'll Artazon and check my deck. I'm pretty sure there's another Super Rod in there. Because then I can attack with the active. We're going to be okay. Make me like a Big Mac with your secret. Damn straight. All right, so I have to be very careful. Is there another Super Rod? There isn't, but I think that means there's one in the prizes, right? Oh yeah, there's definitely one in the prizes. We're guaranteed a Sada. So I think I have to use Radiant Greninja first, and then we just have to not lose the game afterwards, okay? We just have to not lose now. Maybe this is a little greedy, you know, that we could, you know, you could say this is a bit greedy, but, you know, that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun with day one. Yeah, I'm being a little greedy, but they're not gonna win. You know, we're gonna win. We're gonna be fine. Right? I can two-shot Charizards all day. We're gonna get a Super Rod. They're gonna probably Iono me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, no, this is fine. This is fine. They're gonna use Iono. That's what you don't understand, is they're gonna use Iono, or they're gonna have a dead turn. There's no way they have a rare candy in that hand. There's no way they have a rare candy Arven. Ooh, okay. So they're gonna Lumineon for a rare candy. But that Lumineon is an easy KO for game. So as long as they don't do anything bad, we're fine. Okay, yes, that's fine. Use Roxanne, yes. Oh no, don't use Roxanne. That would be so terrible. And Eevee, when does the new Battle Pass that reset today? Because the Battle Pass reset at 10 a.m. this morning, so 5 hours ago. Oh no, not Roxanne. Whatever will I do?
Kiss my feet.
And I Am Legend. Kiss? No, we lick feet here. So yeah, the Battle Pass reset at 10 a.m. That's when the 8 new free decks were added to your collection. That's when the Raging Bolt deck was added to the Battle Pass. The new Ace specs look terrible. That's when the Iron Crown deck was added to the Battle Pass. This Battle Pass will last 62 days. So Twilight Masquerade is out on May 23rd in live. So this is what, 62 days for this Battle Pass. So make sure you claim the rewards in that time. And I Am Legend, thank you for the sub. I will be sending you codes. Unfortunately, this means I have to put up with you for another month. I eat them whole for safety, damn straight. Okay, so they did the thing, which is good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up with Koraidon. Because again, if they knock out Koraidon, that's 20 extra damage in the discard pile. Okay, so they used Roxanne, so Artazon doesn't matter to reshuffle anything. We're just gonna... I mean, we got the deck has the juice in it. We just need to find it. Right? That's all we need to do is find the juice here. Okay. I do 90. They're probably going to go for bosses and knock out my dude. So this is, they went a high-risk play. They went with a high-risk play with Roxanne, but they're like, you know, they got the gas. I got to Roxanne them. You know, maybe I should have attacked with my Roaring Moon. Maybe that was the better play. But I was thinking they can just retreat. I won't have the counter catcher play until the end. So I may have screwed up there. It was probably a better idea to attack with the Roaring Moon that could attack. And the reason for that is that I could have counter captured up the Charizard at the end. Because they're going to target my Roaring Moons. And my Koraidon isn't going to be doing very much damage. And I don't have the juice. Did they Pidgeot for a Charizard instead of bosses? Maybe. No, they have to have the 2 counter catcher 1 bosses. That's not enough. Unless they prized like another bosses or something. But yeah, there's some very complex mathematics that went into that. Yeah, they have to attack with a fresh Charizard. They have to knock out my Koraidon. I'm going to have another Roaring Moon. So they have heavily damaged Charizards. They're going to have to attack with another fresh Charizard in order to win. And they also have a Lumineon on the bench. So as long as I don't... Oh, they're going to bump either the Lumineon... Why wouldn't you bump the Lumineon? The Zard had 240 left, right? The Zard had 240 left. So I think they should have bumped the Lumineon. That would have been the play there. Okay, that's not good. Actually, that's great. That's great. Yeah, Lumineon's just too great. Okay, this is fine. It's such a risk to hold on to the basic energy. It is such a risk to hold on to this for a Radiant Greninja play, because if they Iono me... yeah, no, this gets me game, right? So if I Vengeance Fletching and attach the energy, I'm pretty sure that gives me game, because Countercatcher will be active. So if they don't Iono me or Roxanne me, we have game. I probably should have played down the Flutter Mane, Roaring Moon, and Ancient Booster, because I know they play Roxanne. That would be very bad. I know I have Professor Sada and an Explorer's Guidance. I know there's like 3 Countercatchers in the deck. So I think, logically speaking, I probably should have put down Flutter Mane, Roaring Moon, and Ancient Booster. But I don't think they're going to be playing 2 Roxanne, or I don't think they're going to go Palpad for Roxanne. So I really didn't think that would be where it goes. Lost Vacuum, okay, it's a Defiance Band, doesn't hurt me or help me. Oh wait, what? Why wouldn't you just get rid of my... Okay, that's fine. But Countercatcher's busted, bro. Roaring Moon can beat Charizard. Roaring Moon can beat Zard. You'll love to see it. Even when they get all the things, Roaring Moon can beat Zard. Like, my deck didn't really do anything. It just sort of did its own game plan, and you saw how much they had to work for that win. They had to, they had a bad start, but they had to work pretty hard for that win. And I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to discard all my cards and then win. And it's very simple. So yeah, it's a little stressful when you get down to the bottom of your deck, but it hits so hard that it's almost worth it. They're about to find out that they can't use their Arceus VStar with my Flutter Mane in the active. No, I'm not doing it today, I Am Legend. There's too much going on. Maybe if somebody butters my biscuit, I'll give them a code, because I do have quite a few. But I need to prepare for it. Oh, you think that Vulpix is going to save you? Oh, that Vulpix is going to save me. Oh, the Vulpix, they can't hit me with an ability. No, your Vulpix is going down, buddy. I'm going to spank that fox. We're going to find out what the fox says. What does the fox say? We're about to find out. This has a great matchup against Arceus Vulpix. Nothing to worry about there, unless I prized my Radiant Greninja. Never punished. Oh, this is just a beautiful matchup. Okay, so I think we... Oh god, I don't want to get rid of the fighting. Do I? Oh, this is... No, I think we gotta go for the darkness and hope I get a darkness energy. Ooh, okay, no, that's good, that's good. Okay, so we can... I'm definitely going to Explorer's Guidance. That's really good. So we go Earthen Vessel, Countercatcher. Hopefully they don't just find a bosses. But even if they do, we're going to be fine, because I'm going to put the booster on it. Oh, this deck has some terrible matchups, but it also has some really good matchups. All right, so we got 3 energy in there. What are you going to do? You can't even use Starbirth. Oh, McFlan, you're going to be McFlung across the room. Yeah. So Roaring Moon does have a good matchup against Charizard, or a winnable matchup against Charizard. You just have to not suck a butt. And unfortunately, I enjoy sucking butts way too much. But I think this has to be an auto win, right? Especially if they have the Arceus in the active and they don't read Flutter Mane. So they're about to realize that they can't use Starbirth, and their day is about to be ruined. We gotta give them a thumbs up on that one. We gotta give them a thumbs up on that one. They're about to find out. I just taught them an important lesson. They're gonna realize, no, you don't mess with the Flutter Mane, baby. The Flutter Mane is not to be. Oh, you got the bosses? Oh, gee. Oh, you're bringing up my Radiant Greninja. Oh man. How am I ever gonna overcome that? Oh, right, they Starbirth. Oh, crap. Oh, no, okay. They just had the bosses. They just had the bosses like that. God. Every opponent I've played today has just had it like that. Oh, you know, you're playing Charizard and you're playing the Bibarel build. Oh, and you need to have bosses. Oh, well, you're just going to have it in your hand. Oh, you're playing Arceus Vulpix and I have a Flutter Mane in my active. Oh, we're going to be fine. But yeah, Arceus can't knock out a Flutter Mane. Vulpix can't knock out a Flutter Mane. So yes, it is very annoying what they just did, but we're going to be fine. Because, you know, we're a family here. You know, when you're here, you're family. You know, you're all my friends. You're all my family. They don't stand a chancey. We're going to win this one. They can't even one-shot a baby Roaring Moon. Imagine being such a bad card that you can't one-shot baby Roaring Moon. Am I right? Everyone point and laugh at Arceus. Uh-oh. Okay, I was like, did PTCGO just break? Did PTCGO just break? I don't even think we need the Roaring Moon EX. We're just gonna vengeance fletching all day. Yeah, we're gonna vengeance fletching. No, you have to pay to be my friend. Okay, you gotta pay to be my friend. Those are the rules. They really did screw me over with that play, though, didn't they? They really screwed me over with that boss's play. I thought I had him right where I wanted him, and then they got the stupid boss's play. But we should be okay. You know, maybe I should have prioritized the Roaring Moon EX because it is so good. But I'm just so afraid, right? I want this to be a single prize deck, but I'm so afraid right now. Alright, so this is where the Slither Wing would come in handy. Slither Wing can one-shot an Arceus V. It can't one-shot an Arceus VStar, though. Because Slither Wing does 120 and burns. So it'd be 240 plus a burn, so you'd be 20 damage short. And Shivery Chills, oh yeah, I tweeted about that. The A-Specs don't look great. The A-Specs are looking a little rough. Okay, so we're going to Trinity Nova. They have a backup attacker, but they don't have a backup Arceus. So I think I Dark Patch to the moon. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, so we go Dark Patch to that guy. Fighting Energy there. Gift Energy on... Oh, crap. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so... Does it make more sense to bring up the Arceus V on the bench? I think it does. Because we can Vengeance Fletching. And then I can lose the game because I didn't attach the stupid Gift Energy. Okay, so I should have attached the Gift Energy. That was my bad, okay? Sometimes things go wrong, but we're going to be okay because they're not going to evolve the Arceus. They're going to be like, okay, well, I don't have an Arceus V-Star, so we're going to take the knockout with the Arceus V. We're going to edge powerfully. We're going to give them the old power edge. I'm going to bench the Roaring Moon EX. I'm going... See, I told you. I told you. It's all... I am never punished. I only get spanked when I want to be spanked. Okay, and then we go Koraidon. We're going to get rid of that stupid Mist Energy. We got the Sada? This is beautiful. Yeah, I guess we... Yeah, sure. Okay, we're going to put that there, and then... Sure, you want an energy? You can have an energy. And then we go Gift Energy there. Ancient Booster on this guy. And then Primordial Beatdown. Okay, yes. I still won, but mistakes were made. You know, I still won. Winning is all that matters. All right, so... There we go. The only thing I don't like about this deck is the lack of switching and retreating. I think that's why I'm going to like the future deck so much, is that there's so much switching, there's so much retreating. You know, your Snorlax matchup is going to be tough, but as long as you play a Psychic Energy, every single card in your deck can attack. So it's a little rough. You know, Iron Crown does what, 50-50? That's pretty bad, but you can still get there. So we're just going to... No, we can't Sada again. Or I guess I can Flutter Mane for the Sada. So we promote the Flutter Mane. retreat it, and then do the thing. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage by Pokemon that have an ability. Okay, so we put the Flutter Mane in the active. Oh, that's busted. That's busted. Okay, so we go... All right, I gotta do this perfectly here. Let's go retreat into this guy. And then Earthen Vessel that away. We go get... Oh, crap. We have a lot of gas in the deck. We have a lot of juice in the goose. All right, so let's go Sada, the Fighting, and the Darkness. Wouldn't mind a Stadium if that was perchance something that the deck could possibly gift us with. And then... So they're going to knock out the Roaring Moon. They're going to knock out the dude. So there's no reason to get anybody else on the bench. And then we go... Oh, crap. I gotta put the Defiance Band on this thing. Okay, and then we go... Gift Energy on this guy. We got to put the Defiance Band... I have to take the knockout with Frenzied Gouging. All right, so we put the Defiance Band there. And then we go Frenzied Gouging. And Shivery Chills, yes, they did. Plus 20, minus 10 now. And it is a million times easier to get to Great League. All right, then we take 2. And then all I have to do is 160 damage to an Arceus. This deck is a lot more high skill than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be like an autopilot deck. But you gotta play your cards so well. And the lack of a free retreater, it really hurts it. You know, you gotta rely on draws. So I would say this is not tier 1. This is not a tier 1 deck. This is like tier 2.5. It's the first deck I've ever played in the Temporal Forces meta, so I don't really have anything to base it on. But I'd say this is like tier 2.5 or so. You know, your Zard matchup isn't bad. Your Arceus Vulpix matchup, that's free. Uh-oh. You know, Gift Energy is kind of busted. I didn't expect Gift Energy to be so good. Slither Wang, you know, you're just a little bit too weak, but I guess with a Defiance Band, you knock out an Arceus VStar, so I see your value now. I see your value. And then Explorer's Guidance. So all we got to do is 160 damage and that's game. There'll be a person who finds the perfect ancient list, and that person will be me, because I am perfect. All right, I think that'll get us there. I think that'll do. That'll do, Donkey. That'll do. Vitality Band. No one plays Vitality Band. Ah, we already have it. I was like, I want to dig with Earthen Vessel and Explorer's Guidance, but we already had it. Okay, so Charizard 50-50. Arceus Vulpix. I mean, this has got to be like a 90% win rate, right? You got to have like a 90% win rate against Arceus Vulpix because nobody meaningful in your deck has an ability, and you can easily get to 280 and they can't one-shot you unless they only put basic energy on the Arceus. So I think this is like 90% win rate. 100%, 110% win rate. New bug just dropped. Oh, we got the Flutter Mane. Oh, this is great. This is great. They can't do the thing. They can't comfey. This is why the Flutter Mane is in the deck. Cinnamon Toast. There you go. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So this is why Flutter Mane, it stops your opponent's active Pokemon from having an ability. So they have to switch into the Giratina to use Abyss Seeking to build up their Lost Zone. So I am in a little bit of trouble because, you know, just gestures in the general direction of my hand. They're about to feel the flutter pain. And Buddy Poffin, you're a cheap imitation. You're a cheap imitation of those who came before you. Okay, so I think do we give them the Artazon? I need to thin out my deck, right? I need to play with my deck a little bit. I need to thin it out. So we get the Roaring Moon. And I have to just I have to do nothing, right? I have to do nothing because if I attach an energy, I might not get an attack next turn. And I can Koraidon all day long, so it's just using Artazon to thin out my deck. They did nothing. What do you think now, Comfey? Oh, what's that? You don't have escape rope anymore. Oh, so sad for you. You know, imagine going turn 1, going second with Lost Box, and you have 2 Comfey, and you don't get a single card in the Lost Zone. That is absolutely insane. There is going to be, like, EUIC. How many people in EUIC are going to flower selecting when somebody has Flutter Mane in the active? And then it's just going to be like, no, that's a double prize penalty right there, buddy. You can run 2 games at once? Well, you've done it. You've done the impossible. All right, so I think we go... I mean, we have... How did I get 0 energy off of this? All right, let's go... I think we just go Sada, Explorer's Guidance. Oh, this feels so bad. Nah, we don't need the Sada. I'd rather have the Superior. All right, then we just go end turn again. You know, they're doing nothing. I'm doing nothing. But I think I'm doing nothing better than they are. Yeah, imagine you get a game with yourself. Imagine you play with yourself. So we're both doing nothing, but this is turn 3 and they still don't have a single card in the Lost Zone. That is absolutely hilarious. Flutter Mane, I can see why there's 4 copies of you in this deck now, but this is like literally the only matchup where you matter. Or if, you know, they have their Arceus VStar in the active. Oh wait, it also shuts off Cramorant! Oh my god! It also shuts off Cramorant! That is insane! They can't attack the Flutter Mane! They literally can't attack the Flutter Mane with their Cramorant. I mean, it's still going to be a huge liability. Yeah, and if they try to evolve their active Charmander or something, that's GG as well, baby. I feel like I should have bosses, but Ancient Booster is also super important. But I think bosses is better. Yeah, he finally sees it. I'm sorry, I may have judged you too harshly. Perhaps I judged you too harshly. All right, let's go. We'll attach an energy there so we can retreat. And then we go end turn. Do need to find some Sada, though. You know, we need to find Dark Patch or Sada, and we'll be okay. So I can't get rid of any more Sada. That is very important. No more Sada. Do not get rid of those. I mean, do I just wait? Okay, we don't have Radiant Greninja. I have 4 Pokégear in the deck and Awakening Drum, and we can't find anything. So, yeah, do I just attach to the Flutter Mane? Sure, right? Why not? Why don't we just attach to the Flutter Mane and just really put the pressure on them that they have to do something next turn? So we have Dark Patch to a Roaring Moon. We attach to the Flutter Mane. And then... Oh, this is insanity. This is hilarious. They've literally... This is like turn 6... And they have 0 cards in the Lost Zone. I mean, I know if they had a Colress, that would change some things, but we have literally entirely shut them off. Flutter Mane, you're busted. Who do we attack? Do we just go after the Comfey and take a prize? I think so, right? They're playing the Forest Sealstone. I think somebody on the video was like, bro, why are you playing Forest Sealstone and Giratina? Maybe this is why people in Japan started playing Forest Sealstone and Giratina. But they have to Forest Sealstone for either Colress or bosses. Neither of them are good options. I think you go for Colress just to start building up your Lost Zone. But if you go for bosses, yeah, you're doing nothing. And Eat Shadows, that was my thinking as well, as we go after the Giratina. So then Counter Catcher doesn't activate, and we also make the Giratina KO that much easier, and if they want to attack with Giratina, they have to put energy in the Lost Zone. And yeah, they can't Star Requiem. They can't Star Requiem because they need 10 cards in the Lost Zone, and they can't Star Requiem anymore. So they are just, oh man, this is beautiful. I can't believe I didn't see this deck for what it was. I doubted you, and I'm sorry. They can't escape rope either. This is a great matchup. I'm going to put this full matchup in the YouTube video because I have to, because you have to see this, you have to see my realization unfold in real time. Like, they can't even use Cramorant to knock out Flutter Mane. Even if they go Colress, and bring up the Cramorant, Flutter Mane shuts off Cramorant's ability. And they have to use Lost Impact to knock out a Flutter Mane and lose 2 energy. Yes, that builds up their Lost Zone. But that's hilarious. Alright, so I think what I do now is I hit them with the Koraidon, and then I finish up the game with my Roaring Moons. So I think we take a little bit of time here, because I don't believe I can take the KO. I need to do 190. So that would be, so that's 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. Actually, I think we're there, right? I think we go for it. I think even if my math is wrong, we can still get there. Oh, bro, this deck is busted. Oh, I'm busting all over the place with this deck. Oh man, I'm busting all over the place with this thing. Oh, this is hilarious. Okay, let's bang the drums. And then we can put an Ancient Booster. Let's do that too. Let's put an Ancient Booster there. Why not? We can do whatever we want. There is nothing holding us back except our own imagination. Okay, look at that. We just did 200 to a Giratina. Oh yeah, they're having a time. Now we're ahead on prizes. They have to take 5 prizes, and I have 5 attackers. And I can do 200 damage. I can do 200 damage to anybody. I think I can knock out a Giratina VStar. I think I can knock out a Giratina VStar. Is this still tier 2.5? It's tier 2. Okay, it's tier 2. 100% this is a tier 2 deck. No, it's not tier 1. 100% not tier 1. But you have such a good matchup against Lost Box, as you've seen. You beat Arceus Vulpix. Arceus Giratina, you should be able to win that one. Charizard is iffy, but if, once I get enough experience share under my belt, we'll be fine. So once I get enough experience, we'll be okay. Oh, this deck has so many good matchups that I didn't realize. Again, I judged you too harshly. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I doubted you. Yeah, you start that Flutter Mane. This is why all the lists in Japan were playing for Flutter Mane. It's like, hey, how do we make Lost Box decks hate themselves? And, Radiant Greninja, that's not very good. Sableye, yeah, they have to go crazy and math their way to victory. Well, Ace Wing, we don't talk about that. Yes, Flutter Mane shuts off Snorlax, but Flutter Mane only shuts off Snorlax when Flutter Mane's in the active. We don't talk about that. So maybe you play. No, I don't know how you beat Snorlax. You just have to hope they don't hit Erika's. How do you beat Flutter Mane, or how do you beat Snorlax with this deck? You just hope they don't hit Erika's. Because if they get your Greninja, you lose. Everyone else in your deck can attack, but if you have the stupid Radiant Greninja, they win. They're going to start teching in Iron Bundle. Yeah, I've seen Iron Bundle get teched in, but then you just play 2. You just play 2 of them. Oh, this is absolute GG territory right here. I don't think Counter Catcher is ever going to go live, and I also have another one. I only have 6 cards left in deck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Pilot hasn't been paying attention. Pilot only has 6 cards left in deck. But we'll be fine. We only need 3 turns to win. Pilot hasn't been paying attention. That's okay. Yeah, we can't get horny anymore, but we can do some water sports. So yes, that is my my proclamation to you all. Be very, very careful about your dick size, okay? You can't get horny if you're not worrying about your dick size. Because you get down to the bottom of your deck very fast. You know, Awakening Drum, you're like, oh man, Awakening Drum is a draw 6? That's awesome. And then it's like, oh, I have 1 card left in deck now. They play Hand Trimmer and Iono. And you want me to time out I Am Legend? All right. A deal's a deal. And the next game is the prediction game. So we'll do that then. They got Mirage Gate. But, you know, they're going to have to really math their way through this. And they can only use Shred. They don't have a Shred of Decency. They have to Shred or else they're sending more energy to the Lost Zone. And they don't want to do that. So, you know, this isn't 100% win rate against Lost Box. Like, I got very lucky. Let's be honest. I got pretty lucky when it came to them just not being able to do anything. If they get Colress and can loop Colress, then obviously this matchup is much different. But it was hilarious, wasn't it? We just had so much fun together. And there's the Roxanne. All right, that's fine. I'm so far ahead that even if I don't get an energy, okay, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. You know, I didn't want to attach that energy because I was so concerned. But we can just send up the Koraidon and just have triple Roaring Moon. And then, yeah, we just go Koraidon. Roxanne shuffles, so we don't need to worry about that. We got double Pokégear. I mean, I think that's the universe's way of telling us to go for it, but I'm just going to let them knock out the Koraidon, because I know they got rid of a bosses. If they find Counter Catcher, that's fine. I still have 2 more Roaring Moon. So I think we can still get there. I know I'm being a little greedy, especially when we've had so much fun this game, but I didn't want to waste 2 Pokégear for nothing when I don't need this Koraidon and they have to use Counter Catcher and they have to do a bunch of things. You know, and if they evolve into Giratina VStar, that just makes their life much more difficult. So I'm taking a chancey here. We got to have a little bit of risk here. You know, you all had too much fun at the beginning of this game. We need to add some risk here. Okay, I should have used those Pokégears. I should have used those Pokégears. Ah, no, we're fine, bro. We're fine. They're not going to find Counter Catcher off an Iono to 4. They're not going to find Giratina V-Star. And Gleeber, I was going to put that in my rogue deck video. I just ran out of time to do a rogue deck video, so I couldn't do a rogue deck video. So yeah, Bramblegast with Fortress, that's on. There's a million decks on the list. There's a million different decks on the list. Let's go Earthen Vessel for 2 energy, and then what? Do I Superior for 4 energy? No, that would be dumb. We're not going to do that. Yeah, Koraidon is not great. Koraidon's a little disappointing. Koraidon hasn't done nearly enough, but it's mostly there to deal with weaker Pokemon or to set up KOs. But yeah, Koraidon, I'd rather, I think, play like a Roaring Moon EX heavy deck. That's not Roxanne, that's not Iono, that's GG. There's nothing they can do to win the game. So, yeah, that is... Oh, man. I can already see the YouTube headline. New Roaring Moon deck makes Lost Box ancient history. And Gleeber... Okay. I gotta play all the good new decks. And then I gotta play... So it's good new decks for like a week. And then all the post-rotation decks for like a week or 2. And then I can whack off But maybe I can be convinced to start whacking off early. You know, do you want to see me whack off? Or play Charizard EX? You know, I can whack off with Fortress, or I can do funny things. And Mascara, what, you want to see me whack off? All right. Well, I see a vote for Zard. No Zard. Stay for the pun. There you go. So yeah, I can be convinced to whack off in front of all of you. You know, if you're still watching the YouTube video, post in the comments, I want to see Trust Your Pilot whack off, and I will heart your comment. And yes, I'm seeing posts on Twitter about how bad the Ace specs look. Yes, the Ace specs look they're terrible, okay? The Ace specs look terrible. The tweet that I posted hasn't got very much attention because I didn't want to be inflammatory, because every time I say like, oh, this card looks terrible on live, all the comments are like, oh, Pilot, you're an idiot. No, the Ace specs look very bad. The black and white ones are better. What, are they gonna try and stall me out? Well, I got the answers. I got the answers, bro. You got nothing. You're cooked. You're cooked, bro. You're like asparagus. You're cooked. Oh, you're gonna spit innocently? I'm gonna make you swallow mischievously next time. All right, then we just go Professor Sada, GG, bro. Get wrecked. What are you even doing? I'm amazing. I'm the #1 Roaring Moon player in the world. You thought you could come in here and beat the #1 Roaring Moon player in the world? Yeah, think again. Think again, bro. God, that game still took forever. I took 6 minutes. They took like 13 minutes. Bro, this is what peak acceleration looks like. There you go. Roaring Moon, good in a lot of matchups, bad in other matchups. It's tier 2. I'm putting my foot down on your face because you asked me to. You paid me a little bit. It's tier 2.